Welcome back to the No Pushback Show. This is your host, CJ, Mr. Barberville. Let's go ahead and bring in my co-host, Trends Bob Trevino. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what it do?
What's going on? What's going on? This is episode 2, season 1. You know what I mean? We're getting it in. Now, at the time of recording, this is actually Christmas Eve. No, not Christmas. Not Christmas
It's
Eve.
Christmas Day, bro.
It's
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, but at night. That's all I was thinking. Eve at night, whatever. Anyway, it's Christmas Day, but it's at
It's
night.
been a long week, bro. It's been a long
It's
week.
been a long week. You already know as barbers, we've been cutting all week. It's definitely one of them weeks where, man, you get it in. Grateful and
Yeah,
thankful. I'm not
yeah,
trying to complain. You know what I mean?
for sure.
But definitely rest is well needed. I'll be back in the shop tomorrow though.
Same.
But anyway, oh, before I can't even move any further, shout out to your client. I was fanning out over the pine greens. That's from my era.
Oh yeah.
I was fanning out. Vino, showed love. He texted me earlier today. It was today. Yeah, you texted me earlier today.
Yeah.
Yo, they got him over there. Listen, I went immediately. Put them joints
Oh,
in
you
the.
got
I
him.
put them in the cart. Hey, so
Oh,
I'm a shout.
okay.
I'm a shout bro out. You know what I mean? When next time if I catch him next time in the shop, but definitely appreciate you, gang.
Yeah, for
Cause
sure.
that was a tough pickup. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, yo, first Christmas, my boy first Christmas with a black family. So how'd that go?
Nah, that's not really true, bro. That's not quite true. But to answer your question,
Throw a bomb out there.
just say anything right now, bro. That's not quite true at all. But to answer your question, man, today I had a great day today, bro. We went out to her dad's side of the family.
That's what's up.
Um, so he plays golf. We went
Mm-hmm.
out there. We hit a couple rounds. We went to the field. Was nobody out there. Just me and him. Uh, maybe one person. There was one person out there, bro. On Christmas Day, he was like, "Yeah, it's nobody out here. Let me go stay right here on this cuz it's like numbers. I really don't know much about golf, but it's like numbers.
Yeah.
And he was just staying right there just working on his game right there. He's not walking around the whole course,
Oh,
obviously.
bet,
But
bet, bet, bet.
so yeah, we didn't do 9 holes. We did like 5, 6.
Okay,
The
okay.
walk was too far, but anyways, bro, we had a good time.
That's what's up.
I'm rusty. I got to work on my game for sure. Golf is not
Ate
easy.
good, ate good.
Ate good.
Open
My
some
girl was
gifts.
cooking.
I hope.
Oh yeah. So
Couple little
it
something.
was overall was a great experience, man. It was
Yeah,
a great experience. What you end up doing?
for me, man, the Christmas holiday is definitely for me all about my son. My son, he 9, and man, he got grandma looked out for him. He got a laptop. They got something called a kid's smartwatch. Cause he put on the joint talking about he want an Apple Watch. Bro, relax. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You know what I'm saying? So he got a smartwatch. Excuse me. I had got him some Anthony Edwards, the A2s. You know what I mean? Yep. I had got him some of them, and then he all into the Cuban thing, cubes like Rubik's cubes and stuff. Like he got the different types. There's all types out there. For anybody that want to dive into that, but yeah. So he got that and bunch
You
of
know
other
what the shoes
stuff.
are?
So it's funny he didn't know. He didn't
Oh, he
know,
didn't know.
but somebody actually when we got to the counter, they was like, "Oh, you got the A too, da da da," and I'm like, I'm there looking.
Yeah,
I told you. I'm like, I told you
yeah.
these joints was
He,
fire. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So he just liked the color. You know what I mean? But it was all love though. I might still back out the Nintendo Switch to another date.
Yeah,
But either way, Christmas was good, man. You know what I mean? Back
for
to it.
sure.
Speaking of that, New Year's coming up, so for us barbers, it don't stop. So
It's another week.
and listen, everybody, get your ducks in a row because not I'm not saying this for everybody, but we know typically people say that the slow time is coming in January. So this is if you did what you're supposed to do is not slow. You know what I mean?
All
But
right,
and these times we living in, you definitely need to stay as far ahead of the curve as you can. You know what I mean?
for
So
sure.
You see,
Yeah, for
we got
sure.
the Christmas in the background. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but
Nah,
anyway,
for sure.
let's
Uh
get into it. Let's get into it. We got some dope topics for y'all today. We gonna get right into it, man. First one we got today. Basically, the celebrity.
poking on water. Choking on water is crazy.
Hey yo. But listen, the celebrity barber illusion. And what do we mean by that? The celebrity barber illusion. Now, you know,
Yep.
it can look cutting celebs, whether it be athletes, rappers, shoot, we gotta include social media personalities now, in this day and time, as celebrity, and I think at this point, we wanted to bring this up because is this something that you want to pursue in your career? I definitely think that you could go multiple ways within barbering, but we wanted to talk about it because actually co-host Vino, he's definitely cut his fair share of celebrity. I cut a few people that people may know, but he's cut his fair share, and at the end of the day, there's ups, there's downs, and we definitely wanted to get into that and talk about that a little bit today. As far as, is it worth it? Is it something that's sustainable, and what type of lifestyle comes with that? So anyway, let's get into it. So let's start off with I mean, you've been cutting for 10 plus years now.
Right.
Was your What was your initial thought when you first started thinking about cutting people who were famous? Did you just want to just cut them because you just, wanted to do it, or was there like a strategy behind it?
I mean, yeah, no, so I always when I first started, I mean I'm gonna speak for myself, to be honest. When I first started cutting hair, um I was in school still. I was at A&T State University, and I wanted to that was my thing. I really wanted to be like the number one guy. And it's crazy you brought this topic up because I was talking about it today over at the table with the guys at her family's house. And I was telling them, like, at first that's really what I wanted to do. I just wanted to cater to celebrity people, because those, to me, I felt like those were the guys that were gonna pay the most amount of money. So being that I'm cutting these higher end clientele, I'll be making a lot of money. Throughout my journey, things, for me, things changed for me. So, um, I did wanted to be a celebrity barber, the number one guy in the city to, go get haircuts. And I feel like I did that at one point here in Charlotte. I had a run. I had a good year where I was back to back cutting celebrities that was in town
Let's
whenever they
name
come.
drop, man. Let's name drop.
I was cutting Mikey Williams when he was here.
hmm
I just recently
Before the
cut
gun charge,
right before the charges. Um
number one high school. Was he number one? Was he number one in the nation?
I'm not sure,
It
bro.
was
I'm
top.
not
It
gonna
was
lie
top.
to
It was
you. He was one of the top
top ranked
like
high
he
school
got
players.
crazy NIL deal.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron was pulling up to his games.
Yep.
It was crazy. It was pretty crazy at the time. So for me to have gotten him at that time was like, yo, you cut that guy.
Right.
So it was like, it was good for the brand, for myself. I also cut T Mac,
Mm-hmm.
Tracy McGrady,
Yep.
super cool guy, Terrence J. He went to A&T.
Yep. Terrence J.
Um,
106 in Park.
right.
Legend. You know what I mean?
Legend. Used to watch him all the time on BET. As they brought down the top 20 videos in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoons at 6 o'clock. So I was always like, I'm trying to cut, bro. Like, I
Facts.
went to A&T, one of the stars. He was my last one, so I ended up, achieving that goal. Thank God
Panthers
for that.
players. Got
Panthers
Panthers.
player. I just recently cut the receiver McMillan, number
Mm-hmm.
4. He's going for rookie of the year right now.
Let's
So
go
and I
back though.
believe
Then you cut Shaq Thompson.
Shaq Thompson, one of the, one
Mm-hmm.
elite linebacker for the Panthers.
Right.
He's with the Bills now. So yeah, bro, it's the list goes on. The
Right.
baby
Oh,
security
wait,
guard
hold
came
on. There was the baby security guard. What's his name? Kane.
came.
Kane.
He's
Well,
super big dude,
for
cool
the
as hell
battle
too.
rap, fans,
Tay Rock.
he cut Tay Rock. I know
Tay Rock,
Vino
Tay
damn
Rock,
player,
yeah.
but he cut Tay Rock is considered top 5. battle
Yeah,
rapper.
yeah,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like,
But which is crazy thing is when I cut him, I was in barber school. I didn't know who he was. Bro, just yo, I need a cut. I'm like, okay, cool.
right,
I dropped it in the chat. Yo, you cut hair out. You cut hair. At the time, I'm not big into battle rapping. I didn't even know who
right,
I was cutting for until I posted the picture. I just posted a picture because he's a battle rap
right.
and something inside of me just felt like pause. It felt like, yo, I should post this picture because I don't know who and I posted a picture, man. Comments went crazy. He shared
Mm-hmm.
the post and everything. He posted me. So I was like, yo, that was a dope opportunity. So, you know, I had my fair shares too. I've had bad experiences too with this too. So um things shifted. When I mean things shifted was because there was people that I enjoy cutting, and then there was people that I didn't enjoy cutting. What I
Mm-hmm.
mean by that is it's gonna be guys that's gonna pay you for your time. Then there's gonna be guys that's gonna be like, yeah, nah. If you're gonna take pictures, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do that,
Yeah,
then the cut free. So you're
yeah,
gonna have your times with that stuff. So unless you build your brand up to the point where you're somebody in the ecosystem where they
right.
respect you and you're somebody, then yeah. But for the most part, these guys are gonna try you. So, throughout my journey, my prices had, went up crazy. So I'm at 80 to 100 now. And I feel like I've made it in life when it comes to cutting celebrities because my clientele now pays me more than the celebrities that I wanted to cut at one point. So
So you were doing. So
technically,
would you say you were doing it more so for promotion, and it wasn't really for the monetary?
no, I was doing it more so because I wanted to cut those guys. Like I wanted to be in that ecosystem of being around celebrities and stuff like that. But those guys, all the it's easier said than done. Once you get into the ecosystem, you start to realize like because you got to get to know yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to know who you are. So once I got to know who I was as a person, do I really even want to go after a certain demographic that doesn't align with who I am? Or do I want to do that for what you just said, promotion and this, that? Sometimes, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes the promotion does make sense. But it has to be somebody big.
Mm.
For me, I kind of
Do it feel
matured a
like? Do you
lot.
feel like it helped your brand though? You know.
No, for sure.
Right.
It always helps your brand depending on who you cut for sure. It's
Right.
always gonna, oh, you cut so and so because people are looking at it from the outside in. How did that person get in contact with you? Who are like, yo, they came to you. You must be that guy for them to
Mm-hmm.
go. You know what I mean? So it's just like anything. If a athlete go into a clothing store or get their car serviced by a specific place, they're gonna look at that place a little different. Like, why would they go there? It must be, good business going over there for
Association.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but like as I matured and got older, uh, bro, people have been paying me more than what the celebrities been. Not all, but majority of my clientele now is like paying me more for my time and I truly feel like those are my celebrities because they're my daily day, taking care of my bills. These people are here every 2 weeks, some weekly. You
Right.
see them all the time. You see Will every week.
Right.
I got my weekly guys. I got my every 2 weeks, and it's 80 to 100, bro. That's like it's not. It's kind of crazy for these towns, in my opinion, especially here in Charlotte.
Well, let's
So
talk. Let's even get into the details, right? I mean, when you're doing, you know, you got to go set up. It's a time. Sometimes they want you to. It's the drop of a hat.
yeah,
They hitting you up the day of.
yeah,
Um.
because they the star, man. So you
Hmm.
got to give them star service, but sometimes that star service doesn't make sense because they're not trying to pay that star service.
Would you say
But
that a lot of the people that hit you up weren't trying to pay like I mean, what would you? How would that conversation go? I know we not gonna call anybody out specifically, but let's just say you all right. Celeb hit you up, and let's talk also about how sometimes it's not really the celebrity that hits you up. You know what
right,
I'm saying? It's somebody that is celeb adjacent, a cousin, a assistant, a
yeah,
brother.
it's always a referral. It's always a referral in between.
Right.
But usually for me, it usually like depending on who it is. Usually the celeb hit me up directly
Okay.
through the message,
Okay.
depending on who he is. If he doesn't, that's a sign right there that he's not gonna be the guy you expecting him to be.
Mm.
If it's somebody else hitting you for him, he's too like He too much of a celeb. You know what I mean? If you catch my drift. So once you get there,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to meet with the manager or whatever, whoever. Oh,
Right.
he's over here. And
Right.
sometimes it don't even be like big clientele. Like it just be
Mhm.
regular people who just let things get to their head, their lifestyle get to their head. And
Right.
that's when you start to have those encounters where it's like,
Big
I'm
league. Big
good.
league.
I'm
Big
good.
league.
Yeah, bro. It's like too much. Like, bro, I don't want to say no names, but you're so and so. We don't care. I just want to come over here and cut your hair. I don't want to say no names. So
Right. I
you're
got
so
you.
and so, and you're not that. You're not Barack Obama, bro. You're not Barack Obama. We don't need Secret
And
Service at the
Barack ain't even
door.
acting like that.
You understand? So
Right.
it's like,
Right.
bro,
Right.
if you hit me up directly,
Mhm.
I already know you're gonna be a cool dude. Like
Right.
you don't care enough to, you know what I'm saying? So majority of
Mhm.
the time when somebody else hits you for a particular person, yeah, I'm already out.
I mean, I feel like now when they hit you up and they sitting there and they like, okay, how much is it? How much? I mean, what kind of prices are we throwing out at the beginning? Are they
So
starting the conversation with, hey,
nah,
this is an
nah,
opportunity
usually
for
nah.
you, this
Nah.
or did they try to offer you the picture thing after you said your price? Like, how would that
Nah,
normally go?
usually they because these people be traveling around
Yeah.
the world, they chair hopping technically.
Mm-hmm.
So they gonna come across different barbers, and for the most part, these barbers charging the same thing for them. Sometimes, majority of the time, it be free. So they're already expecting a free service. But they don't really be trying to pay that elite. It's it's all subjective to who it is, bro. So if they value it, they're gonna pay. If they don't value it, they're not gonna pay it. But it's so many barbers out here, and I don't want to say no names. I'm just gonna say it's so many barbers out here that are more willing to, hey man, if I get a picture in a video, that's a way for me to get paid. So, and I'm not mad at that either. It depends on who it is. I'm with that, but nah, most of the time they be willing to pay. It's just that there's some guys that's gonna, hey, I already know how the game go because they be paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I could finesse this barber. All he needs is a picture and a video. That's it.
Gotcha.
Or and then, but there's
Cause
some other guys who value you.
there's gonna be somebody that sees this video and go, I don't know what Vino talking about. Shit, they paid me $300, $400, $500. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on who it is. I think everybody experience is different, so we don't want to say like is all
Yeah,
one. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
But that same person that will give you $300 to $400 also value your time, and he also values every other barber time. But if he's willing to pay you that much money, he knows he know who he paying $300 for. Like he
mm-hmm,
knows that you're worth that much.
right.
These people pay attention. They're not slow because they're traveling around the world and they're seeing it's a diverse, you know what I'm
So
saying,
it
ecosystem.
sounds like you in so many words it, to me, and tell me if I'm wrong. They pray and kind of look for somebody who might not be all the way up there, so that they could kind of come at them with a cheaper price.
Depending on who it is. Depending on
Okay,
who it is. Because sometimes people don't
not
play
everyone,
about their image.
obviously. Right,
Like we're not going, what's his name? Rose on ESPN. Just Jalen Rose.
Jalen was right,
He's not going to a random barber.
right, right,
He
right,
cares about his shape up.
right.
You seen his
Shout
shape
out
up.
Hawk. You know what I mean?
He
Mm-hmm.
go to elite barbers.
Yep.
He's not looking for a picture. No, bro, I need my haircut the
Right,
right way, and here's your money. That's it. I don't
right,
care nothing about no pic. Like certain clients,
right.
yeah, they're not playing. But then you have the ones that's like, yeah, they don't care about their cut that
We're gonna
much.
definitely bring Marcus on for an episode because he could really do a deep dive
Yeah,
into this right here. Along
yeah,
with,
for sure.
obviously you got a wealth of knowledge with it too, but it's definitely, I feel like, um you know and this kind of, we're gonna kind of jump ahead a little bit, but see, for me, while I had opportunities and different things, for me it always was the uncomfortability of the setup and taking all your stuff, coming out the
Yeah, the
shop.
inconvenience.
I got my lights, I got my setup, it's this, that. Now I gotta travel. And I always was thinking about like the number. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I probably should have taken certain opportunities for just the promotional part, like knowing going into it, like, all right, this is just for promotion. I'm gonna go in here, get what I need to do, and da 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 da.
Yeah,
But
but that won't come to you off rip. That's not going to come to you. You're going to have to gain the experience and the knowledge and you know
Well,
the
what I'm saying
experience as
is,
a barber. Because sometimes people just go in
yeah,
there and they don't even know what to expect because they don't even have their they're not structuring their business correctly anyway. So they're not even thinking like that, to be honest. Like that's something that experienced barber going, all right, I'm gonna pick and choose who I'm gonna do the promotional with, who I'm gonna charge. Like that's somebody who already been through
yeah,
the game for a
I
minute.
was thinking about the money the whole time. My whole
Yeah,
thing,
if you gonna think about the
I was
money,
thinking about the
then you need
money.
to be having these conversations up front with these people. Like, hey, when I get there, I'm a barber who
It
takes
just never
deposit,
added up to
stuff
me.
like that.
It never
Like you
added up
gotta
to
do the
me.
deposit and stuff like that. So that way, cause it can get janky. It can get real janky
It,
loud that you don't service him and you're like, yo, where the money at? Oh, I didn't even know you were going. Oh, nah. How much? 100? Man, come on, bro. Nah.
oh nah,
So
oh
you gotta
nah,
have the
oh nah,
deposit
nah, nah, nah,
already
nah,
up
nah,
front.
nah,
You
nah.
gotta
Yeah,
already
we'd
have
have
this
been speaking
conversation.
about. See,
Yeah,
all right. See, for me, in my limited experience with it, my thing was always, when I came into barbering, I had already had a couple like businesses before. So
right.
I came into barbering as a grown man. I was 28 years old. So I had already had a couple. I was already on my entrepreneurial wave
You already was a businessman
when I
from
came into
yeah.
barbering. So for me, I'm adding it up. I'm like, okay, I'm about to leave here. It's gonna take me how long to get there? I gotta pack my stuff up. I might have left clients on the table, and then what do I do about the clients? I've been busting my ass trying to build these clients, and now I gotta brush them off, basically. You know what I'm saying? To go do something with bro. And it never really added up for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to cut a Panthers player pretty frequently. And for me, he would do something like this. Boom, it'd be Friday. They get off of practice. He hitting me up. And he's on a popular podcast right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on a popular podcast, Gills Arena. Anyway, he's a football player on Gills Arena. Anyway, he would hit me up practice and then be like, "Yo, like this is the messaging. Yo, I'm out of practice." Okay.
Yeah.
like
So
mind you,
so
he's
so yeah, to
starting off the
that
comment.
point.
He not even like, yeah, but my thing is too is like, bro, like don't big dog me. Like at the end of the day,
See,
don't
that
like
depends.
don't just text.
That's not everybody though, bro.
I'm,
That
I'm
because if
giving
you
you
have
I'm
five
giving
guys
you I'm
coming from
giving
the
you one
Panthers,
example. I'm giving you one example.
yeah, I
He
about to
would
say, yeah,
he
that's
would
not gonna
text
be
me. I'm
everybody.
I'm giving you one example. He would text me and he would be like, "Yo, I'm out of practice." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
See,
saying? And then
was he a starter?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And then he would be like, now mind you, this is after I cut him a couple times. But my thing was this, bro, I'm telling you, it's a Friday. It's back to
Yeah, yeah.
back in here for
That's
me.
usually when they need it because
It's
they need it
back
for
to
Sunday.
back in here for me. Cool. But my point is like, you know what kind of schedule you got. You doing that in the middle of the day. Bro, you're not even paying enough for the amount for the way that you trying to move. That's my point.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
My point I was trying to get to is that yeah, okay, cool. But you're not even paying enough. And on top of that, I really started to think because there was another barber in Charlotte. I'll just real quick. He used to blow off regular clientele, pause, but he would, oh yeah, whatever. I gotta go cut Kemba.
So and so.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta go cut Kemba. I gotta
Yeah.
go cut Jeremy Lamb. I gotta go do this, right? And he would tell his clients, and then okay, these players get traded. Now
I know
what?
exactly what you're talking about.
You
I
know
know
what I'm
exactly what you're
saying?
talking about. They told me.
Right. This
Yeah.
is something it got all around Charlotte because he kept doing
Yeah,
it to people. You
all
know what I'm
clients. See,
saying?
that's another thing. You lose credibility as a barber
Right.
when you do stuff like that. And then you're demanding a price point that you're not
Right.
worth. Why would I pay for a barber that's not reliable?
Right.
You could be good. You could be a good barber,
From the
bro.
you
You're
talking
not
about
a
from the client,
reliable.
regular client, normal client's
Yes.
perspective. Right.
Yes.
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
talking about for because there's a lot of barbers out here trying to charge that $100 price point.
Right.
But you're not a reliable barber. You're not a consistent barber. I can't. I'm only paying you
Mm-hmm.
for the quality of the haircut. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. I got you
Right.
scheduled for 6 in the morning. That's because your schedule is open at 6 in the morning. If you tell me, hey man, I'm canceling your appointment at 6 in the morning when I'm already here because you had to go cut so and so,
It's crazy.
you lose value as a barber.
It's
Like you
crazy.
lose the value that
Right.
you have as a barber because you're not consistent, you're not
Yeah,
reliable.
number one asset is availability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, and so for me, it became a thing of like, bro, I don't even feel like going through the hassle no more. You know what I mean? And I was like, bro, it's not gonna work. And they
yeah,
find, trust
yeah,
me,
yeah.
they're
You
gonna
gotta do
find
that. You
another
gotta do
barber.
that.
They're gonna
You
find
gotta
another
do that.
barber, and that was fine with me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got to be
Um,
doing that because it'll protect your peace as a barber. At some
yeah,
point, you got to protect your ecosystem. This is what you got to do every day.
yeah,
So the least you can do is control your traffic however you want to control it. If you want to do something right, you got to take full control of your
yeah,
situation, my
yeah.
boy.
I mean, there's
Uh,
definitely guys who, I see what they doing. I think it's dope. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that? What?
I think there's some barbers who have figured out the celebrity barber game, and they do
Oh yeah, there's
and they
plenty of
get
barbers
paid
out there.
well, and they get paid
Yeah,
well to
there's
do it.
plenty of
You know
barbers.
what I'm saying? And they understand that there is a pressure to it, and I don't really mean like the cutting hair part. You know what I mean? I mean that's part of it, but it's is
Yeah,
is is everything around it. It's being available. Is cutting in low lights. It's cutting when it might be kind of hot in there. It's this dude on the phone and he moving around and this and that. It's a lot of variables that I think a
yeah.
lot of people
Being
don't think
able
about. You know what I'm
being
saying?
able to find a way when there's no way.
One hundred
That's the
percent.
lifestyle that comes with that. And
Yeah.
that's why I was saying
Yeah.
earlier, I was like, man, you
Yeah.
have to know who you are.
Yeah.
Is that something you really want to sign up for? Is that something you're willing to keep up with? This
Mm-hmm.
is something that, once you step into that light, you gotta put your foot on the gas and keep going and stay consistent.
Yeah.
All that. Like that comes with a lot. So if you're willing to do that, I mean, obviously there is a prerequisite to all these barbers that are cutting these elite level clients, these celebrity clients, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They did a lot to get up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to do what it takes to get up to that point? And then not only get to that point, but then you still got to stay relevant. You still got to stay up to date with the
Right.
latest, what's going on out here. Because you sometimes you might be on the road, sometimes so you're not in the shop consistently to see what other people are doing, and
Mm-hmm.
you might not be in tune because you're so busy cutting these clients. So
So
it's
that
a lot.
goes.
It's a lot when it comes to that, man. To whom much is given, much is required, my boy. So
That's a
just be
fact.
willing to just be willing to,
I
it
think.
comes with a price.
I
Just
think
be
the
willing
other
to
thing,
pay for it.
because we could roll right into this, is house calls in general. All right,
Right.
celeb, non-celeb, whatever. There has been over the last few years, 3, 5 years, whatever. Um, Especially it started really a uptick from the COVID situation, but definitely there are people who want house calls. You know,
Yeah.
and they may just be someone who's doing well in life, you know what I'm saying, or got extra funds or this or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. They're in a position financially where house calls make sense. What's your thoughts on doing house calls, the price for house calls, and being comfortable doing a house call?
I think that so let me start with the price of house calls. The price of house calls just depend on how much are you making in the shop. So whatever you making at the shop, just take a percentage of that and make that your
Well,
house
let's
call
no no
fee.
no no no. Let's detail it out. Let's say, let's go with it. You. Let's say somebody's not charging $100. Let's do a different example. Let's say somebody's charging $50, $60, right? Let's
Right.
say somebody's charging $50, $60 for a haircut in the shop. Now, let's do before we say a number. Let's run down what actually has to happen. What has to happen when you do a house call? If it's before or during or after shop hours, okay, that's one thing. But let's just say this. You have to pack up your clippers. Now, if you happen to be a normal house call barber, maybe you have a separate set of clippers where you do your thing. Let's say that. But most people are packing up their clippers. They're packing up their clippers. They have a backpack. They have this, that, and the third. You have
The
to
ring light, all
drive
that.
the lights, everything you need to be prepared. You bring in your tools and your equipment to be prepared to provide the service that they're expecting. So
Right.
that means you have to do that part. You have to drive to wherever they're at.
Which is a different location from the shop where you had to go work initially. Right.
Absolutely.
Keep
It
going.
could be a hotel, it could be a facility, it could be their
And then you have to
house,
come back.
and then you have to come back. And
All right.
forget about
Keep
if
going.
it's after the day, right? Like when you've
Right.
cut all day and then now you're doing it after. Typically, that's usually when it is, or it's something during the day and you have to maybe possibly come back to the shop. So with all of these different factors, obviously different house calls, there's going to be different factors involved, but typically this is what's involved. So
Right.
with these things involved, what is the number you're thinking based on if I'm charging 50, $60? How do we get to a real number to charge for a house call? You know?
So typically, you would charge the amount of hours that you're away from the shop, and how much
Okay.
money would
That's
you
what I wanted
make
to get at. That's what I
in
wanted to get
between
at. I was
those
walking you there.
hours? Yeah,
Right.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Right.
But then, does that make sense to you?
Hmm.
So,
So
if
let's
you're
say, was
going,
it 2, 3 hours? What are we considering it at?
usually you're gonna drive 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back. So let's just say you're away from the shop. You had to pack your stuff. So you're not cutting for 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes you took to pack all your things,
Hmm.
right? You had to walk to your car. That's another 5 minutes.
My boy counting
That
everything.
because I've been there. I've been there. And so by the time you get to his house, which is you spent an hour. You
Hmm.
spent an hour to get to this house
Right.
because you had to pack your things,
Pack your
get to the
thing, blah,
car.
blah, blah.
30
Okay.
minutes to get to his
Boom.
crib. Let's just say
So
30.
we
Let's
got
just say
1 hour
30.
down already.
That's 1 hour.
Hmm.
In between that hour, you could have cut somebody. All right,
Right.
boom. So
Now you're there. That's
now
an
you
hour.
there. That's an hour and some change, depending on
You got to
the
set
how
up.
he got
Remember, you got to
his
set
crib
up.
set up. Because he you got to set up. That's
Hmm.
one. Does he have lighting? Does he have this? Does he have that? Is it a night
Hmm.
chair? You know what I'm saying? So boom, you got that. Let's say he probably got people there. He might need a haircut. Let's just say it's just him though. Let's just
Let's
say
just
it's
say,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Boom. That's an hour, hour 15 minutes on a haircut. I don't know what he getting.
Then you
Let's
got
just
to then you got
say
to clean up, pack up.
you gotta clean up, pack up. That's so you there for an hour and
Hour and a half. Let's
hour
just
and
say hour
30.
and a half.
Hour and 30.
Right.
Then you gotta come
So
back.
now let's stay. So we at 2.5 hours now.
2.5 hours, then you gotta come back. That's a extra 30 minutes. So what's that?
That's
Three
three.
three hour
That's
three
three
hour
to
three
three and
hours
a
and a
half
half.
hours. 3 to 3.5 hours.
Cause you're gonna take videos and pictures of the haircut. You're gonna chop
That's
it
what I
up.
said. Three,
You
3.5. Easy.
let's say 4 hours. Let's just say 4 hours total. 4 hours total. There
I
back,
got you.
haircut, pictures, all that. 4 hours max. Boom. For $200. Because you charge 50 at the shop. So you was gone
Right.
4 hours. So 4 times 50, 200. So you got to charge him 200. And not only that, you also got to factor in the fact that you had to put gas in your car.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
put wear and tear in your car, you went down on the gas.
Because even if you moving at a fast rate, let's just say, all right, boom, you got it done in 3. Forget it. Let's say you done got your
3.
time down. You on it. You got your system down. Okay, cool. You at 3. You still talking about 200
$150
$150 minimum. You need to start your prices at $150 for it
for
to
the
make
house though.
sense. For it to
For it
make
to make sense.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You need to start at and I'm just saying that because there may be somebody who hears this and they wondering what should I even factor into trying to charge a house call? Because everybody's not a celebrity. There's people who I've gotten hit up from
Just
people who
regular
just
people,
don't want to
yeah.
come to the shop. They just want to get cut at wherever they want to get cut at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm just saying like from that perspective, you doing it by like a hourly or cut by cut rate. I
Yeah.
think 150 $200 minimum for a house call is valid. Now I do
Yeah,
know
that's for a barber who's charging $50. What about barbers that's charging 80 to 100? Now it gets shaky. Now
it
it's
gets
getting
shaky.
shaky
It's shaky now.
because that
Now it gotta be 300 400.
and who's paying that? Come on, bro.
I
No,
mean, hey,
nobody's
hey, we
nobody.
got we
You're
got
not
we
gonna want to leave the shop.
we got we got we got we got somebody in the shop doing that.
We got everybody in the shop doing that. You're not doing that, but it's people in the shop
Right,
that's willing
true.
to.
No, I
I,
mean Van be getting
I'm
it.
not doing it. I'm not going. I'm not trying to go unless
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. If it's not a celebrity that is gonna help my brand, I'm not
Yeah,
getting up.
I feel
Not
you.
getting up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's where you at in your career, though. To be fair, that's where you at in your career, and that's how you feel
yeah,
about it. But
yeah,
but to be honest about the business of barbering, everybody's not at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
so my advice that I'm giving to other people is do what you need to do to advance your career. Just be cognizant of the costs involved and the time involved in what you're doing. That's
Right.
that's that's the main theme that we're trying to get out here. At the end of the day, we understand that we're giving our personal experiences and letting people absorb that and do with that what they will. But at the same time, there is a we could know how to read the room and could see that everybody's not in the same position in their career, and also that there it is a good opportunity if you know how to structure it correctly. You know what I mean? You know.
For sure.
Nah, that's I mean, I definitely wanted that to be a topic of discussion because I think that there's a lot of nuance with that. You know what I'm saying? I like you know what I like? I like that there's so many the mobile industry has grown so much. Obviously, you got guys with sprinter vans and box trucks and this,
I
that, and the
think that's
third.
dope as hell, bro. I
Right,
think that's now that makes sense. Now,
right,
now you
right.
don't gotta jack the prices up because
Cause
really
I know
people gonna
somebody in
pay for that.
Atlanta who he's probably around $100 and he just works out of his sprinter. You
Yeah,
know
but he
what I'm
probably
saying?
just parks somewhere and
But
people
it
pull
makes
up on him.
sense. You know what I mean?
Nah, it makes
It
sense. It
makes
makes perfect
sense. It
sense.
makes sense. I think that's a little bit different. I what I was gonna say to piggyback on that is that there's a lot of products now with specialized book bags, and they got the seats that break down, and now you could put them together. They pump up, they swivel. They
Yeah,
this. It's not as barbaric. It's
yeah.
not as like tough as it used to be. There's definitely a lot more products that are mobile friendly. Excuse me.
You know what I
There's a
don't
lot
like
more
about our
products.
business right now, like our industry?
Hmm.
It's the fact that we all join, right? We all join this industry to be able to be our own boss, our own leaders, our own be able to do what we want with this, right?
Hmm.
And the minute we do what we want, there's always somebody that's gonna judge and say that shit is lame or nah, I ain't doing that. Bro, if somebody wants to pull a chair out of this book bag and cut hair in the middle of downtown, wherever, and charge people $25 for it, that's what he wanna do.
Hmm.
I think it's okay if that's what he's happy with doing. Me personally, I'm not gonna do that because obviously I built my business a different way. But
Yeah.
bro, if somebody want to get a sprinter van and drive to people and charge $100 and make a living out of that, I think that's perfectly fine
Well,
too.
you know how that
I
is,
think it's
man.
all like
You know how
subject.
that
I
is,
think all this
man.
is subjective, bro. I just don't like how people in our industry downplay people who are doing things that make them happy. You know what
Haters
I'm saying?
gonna
Like
hate, man. Haters gonna hate. You know what I mean?
I wish we can stop doing that because
Yeah.
you can get really we if we if we support everybody's move, we can get really creative with the content and with these ideas and develop new avenues of streams of income for our businesses
Yeah.
instead of down. Because now you talk down on somebody, and now he feels like, damn. Now you second guessing yourself because you're allowing the internet to distract you from your goals. Like maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe that's your calling. Maybe that's what you want to do. And like I don't know, and you make a lot of money off of that. Like if you go sit up downtown, you want to cut hair, whether that's in a sprinter van, in a corner of a building, whatever.
Well,
Bro,
that's
do
gonna
what
go
you want
that.
to do.
Listen, that go right into what we was gonna bring up next, which I feel like this really goes hand in hand with what you're talking about is OG barbers versus new school barbers. You know,
Mm,
and that might be a blanket umbrella way of saying it, but at the end of the day, there's innovation that happens in every industry. And then
right,
there's people that are so used to the way things have been, and the worst thing to be is, a used to be. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Even myself, I try to stay up to date. I try to be innovative, this, that, and the third. I think at the end of the day, bro, there's just some people who are just stuck in their ways, and they don't like to see other people progress forward. For the longest time, one of the biggest right now it seems to be, if you want to have views or likes in the industry, you talk about prices, right? But
right.
the topic before that everybody was doing was enhancements. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what
And
I'm saying? You
and
see
that
what I'm saying?
and that was the
Stop.
topic, right? And
It
so,
kills me.
but if you notice, there's a big gap from then to now. and was the OG barbers versus the new barbers, and they was
Right.
man, you don't know how to cut, man, da, 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 da. And there was and yes, we all know that there was a lot of there's barbers who don't properly use enhancements. We understand that, but to throw away the whole enhancement game based on some barbers who haven't perfected their craft and know how
Master
to,
the
you know what I
yeah.
mean, know how to use,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At the end of the day, enhancements have a place in their business. Charging the level of price that you've worked yourself up to be, it has a place. To say no haircut is worth this or enhancements don't have a place, I honestly, anybody that's too far left or right, I'm already not listening to you. You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah.
don't mean you have an open mind. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a time and place for things, and I do think that you have to use your best judgment when you're trying to execute some of these things. But nah, man, I think going back to what I was bringing up, the old school versus the new school, I think there's there's definitely a gap. Because I will say this, I might sound like an old head for saying this, but there is something a little bit missing in the game on a big scale, because a lot of people did not come up in a shop and they came straight from YouTube. So they
That's
didn't.
not sounding like a old head. That sounded like more of a smart. You
Well,
paid attention.
you know how somebody could take it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
so because for me, there is I did have a positive experience with a my mentor who wasn't judgmental, who tried new things, who tried to stay ahead of the curve. And
Yeah.
so I had a good experience with somebody who was older barber, seasoned, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at
Right.
the same time, he tried to stay abreast of new techniques, new tools, new clippers, new this. He didn't say, "Oh, you buying that clipper? Oh, you going to that show? Oh, you trying this out?" I remember I was the first person to bring fibers into my shop. I was the first person to bring hair fibers into my shop. And he was like, "Oh, word." And he started using it and it became a thing. And we all know the wave of
Yeah.
fibers was crazy. You know what I'm saying? When hair fibers
Yeah.
first touched down, you know what I mean? And it's probably somebody who's going to say, man, them been around for decades, but whatever. There was a wave. It came through. It was crazy. You know what I
You think
mean?
he still got a shop? Do you know if he still got a
Yeah,
shop?
yeah. My guy, he's still
Yeah, I
doing his
figured he
thing.
did.
And he
That's a
moved
cause
it.
because
And he moved along. And guess what he's doing big time now? He doing hair units. He never stopped. He never stopped advancing.
I can guarantee you his shop is probably filled up to with workers in there.
Hmm.
Not workers, but people
I know what you're
renting
saying.
his chairs because he's allowing you to grow.
Yeah,
And I could feel like, all right, he not gonna beat you up about it. He not gonna he not closed off.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's open to learn. And at the same time, he's probably, it sounds like he's probably, all right, let's say somebody in the shop is doing what you said,
Right,
applying the enhancements a little too excessive, just
right.
too much. He's probably gonna put him to the side. Hey man, look, I think you should do this, that, da, da, da. But there's a certain way, and I feel like that's what
Look, man.
the industry is missing, bro.
I
Instead
don't
of
care.
like,
I gotta say
yo,
this,
let's beat him
Van.
up, let's pick on him, and because now you kind of like
Van, one of the
discourage a
barbers in
lot
our
of people,
shop.
bro.
Van, one of the barbers in our shop. I remember talking to Van, and I'm not gonna say no names, but the barbershop he worked at, they told him he. I don't want to mess up how it was actually said, but it was either you're not gonna be a $40, $50 barber or you're not worth $40, $50. And I told him, I'm like, what? Bro, you could charge $100. Not now, but you can get to the point where you do that. If you're posting consistently, you working, you taking your classes of XYZ, XY, et cetera, et cetera. You can get there, and
Right.
he's there now. Where he charges $100 no matter what. You know what I mean? And he's fully booked multiple weeks out. This ain't no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that, like, I heard that and I was like, damn, because nobody else in the shop and the person who was older than him, been owning the shop and had the shop longer than him, he couldn't see that and that fathom that you could get to that point that you holding him down. And maybe he wasn't doing it on purpose. Maybe he was trying to be realistic. Maybe whatever the case may be. I don't know what it was. But I definitely think that there's some people who, as a result of maybe them not accomplishing certain things, they'll try to hold you to that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I definitely think the older barbers, the more seasoned barbers need to do just embrace the younger guys, man. There's nothing wrong with it, man. I'm 39. Vino's 10 years younger than me. Van is probably what 14 years younger, and Leo is, what, 24? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he's 24.
it's huge age gaps, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I always wanted to be keep keep the energy, and always wanted to be in a situation where, you know, it just
Just
the ideas
diversity in
keep
there.
flowing. Yeah, man, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He's doing
I
this, he's doing
yeah,
that.
I always
That
felt
guy's
like
doing
that.
this.
Yo, one of the
And we
biggest
all
things when I was a young
come together.
when I was in this game very early is there was a lot of barbers who hated on other barbers who went to barber shows. That's a big thing about people
Nah,
who,
I remember that. I remember
oh,
that.
you going to
They
CT?
still do that, bro.
You going to
They
CT?
still
Oh
do
my
that.
God, why you
Yeah.
going to CT? You spending all
Yeah.
that money doing that? I'm gonna be here in the shop.
You gotta
I
be careful who you listen to too, bro.
Bro,
Because a lot of these
I threw
people,
my
bro.
first festival, bro. Watch this. I threw my first festival. I had 4 or 5 barbers that were from the same shop, right? Out in Fayetteville. I don't care. They was from the same shop out in Fayetteville. And everybody had agreed, and you know the process I went through. I created flyers for people, gave them their own flyers for the first
Yeah.
festival, all type of stuff. These 4 barbers, everybody agreed, I'm coming, this is what's going on. The night before, all of a sudden, all of them started having a separate excuse for why they couldn't make it. And what it came out later was that the leader of that shop told them, how you gonna lead a shop? You going down there, you ain't even making no money to do that. You going down there to be part of the show, and you ain't even making no money. And it ain't never been right with me from that. You know what I'm saying, with them. And they don't deserve no airtime. But at the same time, I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like that, it just I never could understand that sort of thinking. I definitely think that there are
Yeah.
some really good examples in the game. There's a bunch of people to name, but I'll just say, like, for me, Marcus Harvey, I would consider an OG at this point. From as young OG, I know he'd be like, damn, you know what I mean. But I think he's a young OG. But I also would say Kenny Duncan, is definitely one of those guys that, if y'all looking for somebody to follow who's not all over the place, even, got an even mindset, and always progressive, and done so much in the game, and got a wealth of knowledge, that's definitely one of the guys I would recommend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As an
For
OG
sure.
barber who, I remember me and Van met him at CT, and I was like, I had
Man,
met him
who?
previously. Go ahead, what'd you say?
Man, who?
Kenny. We had met
Oh,
Kenny.
Kenny.
We had
Kenny.
met Kenny at CT. I've been had met Kenny, but I introduced Van to Kenny at CT, and I said, if you could, man, he thinking about getting into
Education.
education and things like that. And he was like, first thing you want to do is go to something called Toastmasters, and apparently Toastmasters is something that you could do to help with public speaking. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a gem right there. You know what I mean? Like, out the gate. Like, he wasn't trying to gatekeep. He wasn't trying to hold nothing on his own. He just like, here, yo, I think that's dope. He wasn't trying to belittle, or who is this guy, or who are y'all to talk to me. Nah, he was easy to talk to, not trying to big league, no cockiness like that. So I always would salute Kenny and everything that he got going on, because he ain't never showed nothing to me but love, and anything I've ever seen him with other people. I've not heard no bad stories about him. You know what I mean? So
He did what he was supposed to do, bro.
yeah,
To be honest, it shouldn't be nobody gatekeeping, because if you
yeah,
understand what it takes to get to the level these people are in,
yeah,
you don't need a gatekeep, because you understand that everybody ain't gonna make it, even if you tell them everything. It's just not going. I could tell you everything I did to become Vino today. I could tell you could tell somebody who how to become CJ. You're still not gonna become. You could become bigger. You could become. You could do. You could. Everybody not gonna make it. That's all I'm. That's all I'm saying. So it's a lot of people that I don't understand gatekeeping, because everybody not gonna want to put in the work, bro. The work is
Right.
I it's crazy. Like it's just something that only a few gonna make it. So the best thing you can do is just not be a weirdo and just give game out. Like of course, not things that you actually get paid for to give out, but little tips like that ain't that's simple stuff. Like yo, bro, make sure you go get this first and then move forward with this. That ain't nothing. That's just you being a cool kid. Like that's just what it is. No
And
matter if you're an old head or not.
speaking of being innovative and keeping up with the times, there's definitely something I wanted to bring up. So right here, we're gonna bring up this product right here. So what this is what they calling it is the world's first stick-on hairline and beard line stencil. Right. So I think this one, I think it might be applicable. It's kind of clean. It's kind of clean.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. I think
yeah,
it's probably take some trial and error with it. You know what I'm saying, and getting used to it and how exactly it worked. But this is the first I've definitely seen people with certain stencils and certain little things. Uh, Fibro, I think is what it's called. But this is definitely obviously, I don't know if this is for the professional barber in the shop. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But I definitely think as a client trying to maybe keep up their haircut at home, you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
trying to keep
Because a
up
lot
their
of people
haircut.
do.
Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah.
do, especially when they first get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they kind of I done hit
And
it with the
and
water a little bit. I'm about to
for
go on
the
this trip.
clients that say, oh, they kind of rub off, they do this. Hey, you could touch it up at the crib,
Yeah, a lot
you
of people be
know.
trying to touch it up. I wouldn't do that though. I wouldn't do fibers, but
But
that
you
was a clean. That was a clean. It's more manageable for the client. I'm gonna just say it's more
right,
manageable for the
right.
client.
Cause
Now for the barbers, I wouldn't
they
recommend
make the
that.
spray. Who makes the spray? The Kiss, right? Isn't it
Oh yeah,
Kiss?
Kiss, Kiss,
You could get
Kiss
it. You could
got
get the enhancement. That's a spray
titanium, Kiss.
instead of doing fibers. You know what I mean? So and you could just spray. I'm sure it worked the same way. You could just put
Yeah,
that
there's
on
plenty of spray
spray.
out there.
You know,
You don't gotta get Kiss because Kiss is a little bit more. You kind of
heavy.
gotta
It's a
dilute
little
it.
heavy. You know what I
You
mean?
got you gotta dilute it correctly. It's some already that's already diluted,
No,
and you
that's what
could
I'm
just buy
saying.
the
The
guy.
ready-made spray, the Temptation, I think is made by Kiss.
Oh, that's made by Kiss too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh
I think
wow,
I'm.
you learn
Don't
something
get
new
me
every
lying,
day.
but I'm almost positive that it's made by Kiss. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
that's the ready-made spray that you just shake up. It's almost like a spray
okay.
can. But I thought this was interesting, man. I definitely thought it was something that it caught my eye because I was like, damn, yo, they getting innovative with these products out here, man.
Oh
I ain't
yeah,
gonna lie, they
and
getting
you need it
innovative.
though. It's
Yeah,
it's helpful for the clients. I think it's a good I think it's a great idea if you can learn how to do it how he did it. If you can
yeah.
get it like how he did it,
You know, we
that's an extra week
we
in the
always
cut
try to
right there.
have a couple reactions on the show, so I definitely want to do something a little bit different this week, uh, as far as for our reaction segment. But I thought this was interesting and definitely
Oh yeah,
something,
yeah, that was fire.
I could probably recommend for the clients. You know what I mean?
It's funny
But
because I got a couple clients that are like, yo, bro, is there like is there options like that? And there y'all go, there y'all go. So
yeah, yeah,
and you can find that at your local beauty, Sally's,
I
beauty
don't know,
salon,
I don't
whatever.
know if they
You
everywhere yet,
can.
but
I don't know about the strip,
oh,
but I know for
you talking about
sure.
the oh, okay, the enhancement,
Yeah,
right?
I know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could for
Mm-hmm.
sure get the topic, the little topic bottle. You
Yeah,
can get Kiss too, the
you know,
titanium. That's all in those stores too. Just need a card. Just gotta learn how to pause, play with it a little bit, and see how it look. But
yeah,
it's all at
there's
your
some
local
innovative barber
beauty store.
products, man, that they coming out with, and they trying to push the game forward and be innovative. I think it's dope. We
I ain't gonna
just,
lie. Just gave me an idea. What if we sell that for the clients? Oh, you want some? Here you go. $5.
I think that's
Upcharge them a little bit.
yeah. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I think that's something. not even just for us. I mean, listen, that's another little lane for people. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's always somebody who'll be like, man, that's taking my job. You think it's small minded. At the end of the
Right.
day, people, you talking about something for people to touch up themselves while they at the crib. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think there's a lane. I think it would be even doper if it was like the barber showed them, because then they could show them, look, no, nah, this is what you want to do, put it like this, put it on,
Yeah.
because you in the crib and you trying to figure that out, and you might, versus a barber showing you in the chair, no, this is what you would do, this kind of how you, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think it's a lane, you know what I'm saying?
It's a
And
little different because you gotta.
yeah,
The
it's on
barber is
yourself,
actually putting it on somebody, so it's easier to. But when
but at
you
least
actually
helping
gotta.
them put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
directing them
Yeah.
and helping them
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
guiding
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that, okay, when you get to the crib, you kind of done got a little coaching up about how this should go. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think this is also gonna help the barbers too, man, because now you developing a relationship.
Yeah.
They trust you now. So
Because products
yeah, I
is a
think it's
big
small
thing.
minded, man. Go ahead
Products,
and get that.
as far as being a barber, one of the biggest things that people miss out on in terms of extra revenue is having products available.
Yeah,
That was one thing that my mentor again, Starliners, my boy Roland, he made sure he had clippers for sale, trimmers for sale, this, that, and the third, because he like, why am I sending you to down the block? Why am I sending you over here? You know, a big thing was hair sheen and whatever
curl creams, pomades, beard oils.
along the
Those are
times, man.
essentials.
You know, because people,
People love
especially if you're
those.
using something and it smell good and it works for them and this, that, and the
Oh
third,
yeah, they
listen,
got them.
man, you could definitely make a good percentage on top of what you already charging in product. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And this is all about building a real sustainable business and not just being a hair cutter. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. So if you guys have any products out there, man, make sure y'all hit us up at
We
No
growing,
Pushback
we
Show.
growing as a brand. Listen, catch
We
us
trying to
now.
push the products.
Catch us now. Today's price ain't gonna be tomorrow's price.
Yeah, for sure.
So
We
definitely
need it.
catch us
Especially
now.
I need it for sure. My clients be buying it.
So
And
we
I just I lost my chemist, so I'm definitely looking. I'm out here
okay.
looking. I'm shopping for a new chemist. So if you guys, anybody out there, make sure you guys hit me up at Trims by Trevino on Instagram, or just hit the No Pushback Show on Instagram, and make sure y'all reach out to us.
Well, on that note, man, we're gonna get out of here. CJ, Mr. Barberville, we got Vino, Trims by
Sir,
Vino, No Pushback Show. We out.
y'all.